Today on our 2018 Ford Edge, we're going to be test fitting the NO-Aero Roof Rack System. So this Inno Roof Rack System is going to allow us to carry roof-mounted accessories, things like cargo carriers, bike racks, kayak carriers, and more. Now these have aero bars. They're going to be a lot quieter than your traditional round or square bars. And they also feature flush mount end caps, which are going to give you more of that factory look. Now this rack does allow us to use both clamp-on and T-channel accessories. To gain access to the T-channel, you'd simply insert your key into the cap, remove the cap. You'd push your T-channel accessories right down into the groove here on top of the rubber strip. As well as you can see, our end cap hides and protects all of the hardware underneath, as well as stopping any unwanted removal of our roof rack. Now our crossbars are going to give us about 42 inches of usable space. They're held down by 4 NO flush feet, and they are very nicely padded with a rubber pad. That way it won't damage or harm your edge's paint. They're also held in place by rubberized hooks specifically designed for the edge. So what's nice about this roof rack system is you still have full use of your edge's panoramic glass sunroof. So you can see here. Now something to keep in mind, with our panoramic roof open, you only have about a 1/2 inch of clearance here in the center of the bar and a little bit more on the ends, just enough to get your hand under. So depending on what type of accessory you're going to be using, be mindful and make sure it'll clear before you open your sunroof. Now our roof rack has a maximum weight capacity of 165 pounds, but be sure to check with your Edge's owner's manual to see the recommended weight the roof can hold. Go ahead and use the lower number of the two. We're going to go ahead and install the racks. We already have one installed for you here, and per the instructions, it gives us a measurement from here to here on the front. Go ahead and make sure you got those even on both sides. The rear installs very similar. We'll go ahead and walk you through that now. Here we have all the parts laid out. We already have this side installed. We're going to show you how to install this side next. I'm going to take this mounting hardware and in the slider assembly, go ahead and push it all the way out to expose this piece here. And we'll go ahead and slide the slider similarly all the way back. Now you will have to push this button down to get it past this point, and that'll do. Next, you take your foot, and it's also worth noting that these feet are labeled left and right, left being the driver's side and right being the passenger side. And there also is a diagram. We'll go ahead and install our T-clip into this slot here. Go ahead and set that in there and push the foot all the way back, and you'll feel it kind of drop into place like so. And go ahead with the included tool and this bolt right here. Just give it a couple of turns to keep it in place, but make sure it stays loose for now. Per our instructions, we're going to have to take a measurement to make sure this part of the pad is 22 inches from the center of the bar. Now we have our bar marked here, so let's go ahead and take a measurement. And it looks like we're exactly where we need to be. Next, take your included tool and go ahead and snug down the foot nice and tight. After that, we're going to take our pad, and they are numbered, so refer back to the instructions to make sure they're for the right side. They also install one way, so you can't get them mixed up. Go ahead and place the tabs into the holes. Just give it a nice push. That's our pad installed. Now from here, we're going to install our hook. Now these hooks are numbered for each particular side, and you can find the number on the hook itself, and just refer to the instructions to make sure you're installing it on the right side. Now come around to the side and go ahead and remove your bolt with all your washers on it. With the larger end of the hook facing down, go ahead and put your bolt through the opening and just tighten the bolt down by hand 4 or 5 turns to keep it in place. Be sure to have both of your doors open on each side. Then carefully set your bar on your edges roof like so. We're going to go ahead and take a measurement to make sure it's centered and aligned properly. Now per our instructions, we're going to want to be 19 inches from the center of the hook to the middle of where the 2 doors meet. And it looks like we're spot on. Now we're going to want to do that on each side. And take our provided tool and turn this bolt just enough to remove the slack out of the hook. I'll do it. And we're going to want to go to the other side and do the same thing. Now what's neat about this tool is it's actually a torque tool. So when the bolt is tight enough, you'll hear a click, and that lets you know that the bolt is at spec. You can hear it click like this. So that side is torqued down properly. We'll finish it up with this side. You can go ahead and install our end caps. Now our end caps are labeled left and right. Right being passenger side, left being driver side. So just be sure you're installing the right one. Now to do it, you simply take your cap, slide it into place with your provided keys. You can go ahead and lock it. That way it won't come off. Now you're ready to install your cargo and hit the road. And that will conclude our test fit on our NO-Aero Roof Rack System on our 2018 Ford Edge.